Hi everyone. As you can see, I'm not on the water today. I'm actually at the house performing some maintenance on my kayak. I've worn through the keel guard on my kayak here, and it's time to replace it. So we'll be removing it and putting in a Navarre kayakfishing.com keel guard. There's plenty of videos on how to install this. I'm not the first and probably won't be the last, but I haven't seen anybody remove one. So this is the one I'd put on 6 months ago. Wore through it pretty quickly because of the concrete ramps that I visit a lot of times, and I'm loading and unloading by myself, and it's out of the back of my truck, so it just naturally wears through here. So we are going to remove it, get everything sanded down, remove all the old adhesive, get everything nice and smooth and looking good, wipe it down with some isopropyl alcohol, and then re-glue this thing on. We'll be using a heat gun to reform this to fit this kayak. It's supposed to come pre-fitted, but I'll tell you that it's close, but it needs to be heated and better formed around your kayak. So we'll go through all the steps on that. I will not bog you down with many minutes of me fiddling with this, trying to get it off and messing with it. We'll go ahead and fast forward through those parts, slow down at the important parts, and get through this video so it's not a whole lot of time invested on your end on watching to see how things progress. So we'll go ahead and get started and see how this thing works out. Never taken one off before, this is the first time. So here we go. I'll put a list of tools, items I've used down in the description once it's all finished up. Right now I'm thinking it's just going to be a heat gun, putty knife, maybe a screwdriver, some pliers, then of course some sandpaper and isopropyl alcohol and a towel to wipe the thing off. But like I said, first time doing it, so who knows what we may end up using in the end. Now, one of the things you got to remember is not only is your keel guard made of a plastic, but your kayak is as well. So keep the heat gun moving over this thing so you don't melt your kayak. So let's get this thing rolling. Remember to use some gloves because this stuff's going to get hot. Don't hover in one place too long. You don't want to melt anything. Just keep it moving. Starting to peel up a little bit right there. Good sign. There we go, getting that putty knife in there, kind of moving things around. Nice and warm. we go. Break it up a little bit there. Nice. Heat it up a little bit more. Now granted, you can probably tell that it's not a very powerful one. I don't think you really need one to do this kind of work, but just a little slower. Takes a little more time to heat up. Don't have to be in a hurry, just work it a little at a time. Hey, Evie. And here we go, starting to come off. Ooh, that's nice and warm. And there we go, off. Not too bad. All we gotta do now is just get this old adhesive off and get the moving. Scrape a little bit off with this here, and then we'll sand it off. Easy peasy. That didn't take very long. Just a few minutes to get it off. Wasn't quite sure how long it was going to take. I figured it wouldn't take long. I'd either be successful or I wouldn't with the heat gun. And heat gun just made sense. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna start off with a 100 grit, just a orbital sandpaper. Makes it nice and easy. Just watch that you don't sand too heavily with it. Just get off because you can put some scratch marks in here. This stuff, just use it to get off the old adhesive, and then we'll follow back behind it with a better, finer grit. And you do want it to be roughed up a little bit for the adhesive to stick anyway. So. But you don't need deep gouges in the thing. Sorry about all the noise. It's school buses and garbage day or recycle day. Trucks. You can see I hit plenty of oyster bars out there, which I don't mean to, but it's just they sneak up on me. I do hit them. But like I said, I started off with 100 grit. You can decide up for yourself whether you want to start off with 100 or 80 or 150, whatever it is you think you need to use. This seems to be working out okay. Alrighty, so next I'm going to step it up to, I think I'll just step it up to like 120, and then I'll go to 220 after that. Just touch it up a little bit. All right. All right. 220s next. Then we're going to clean it up and prepare the thing for the new keel guard installation. All right, just have a clean towel. It's a regular isopropyl alcohol that I got from Publix or CVS or someplace. I do a lot of other projects that require me to clean things off with alcohol. So, got plenty of bottles of this laying around. Put this here. Open up our new keel guard. And in the kit, you'll have the new keel guard. It'll say, this one here says PDL 106, which is what I have. It'll come with one little alcohol wipe, which is, you know, sufficient to do things with. But you know, I like to use a lot more alcohol on it and make sure I get it really clean. And then it comes with some marine goop for the adhesive. So got everything you need in the kit to get things rolling. Like I said, it's you can see there's a short end and a long end. Obviously, the short end is going to go towards the front, and you're just going to have to fit it on as best you can. You can try and go that way. It obviously doesn't fit as well. And like I said, see, it's made for the 106, but you can see that it's, you know, it's way big. So we're going to have to heat it up, and then with the heat gun, and then form it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a marker wherever I put it, up here someplace. At least I think I did. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to see where it best fits, approximately. Get it kind of lined up. And I'm just going to mark the front and the back, so that when I put it back, I'll know where to put it. Getting kind of windy out here. Then once I form it, then I'll make sure the marks are good. If they're not, then I'll remark them. But let's get to the forming on this thing. And all we got to do is just heat it up a little bit. It's thin Kydex, so it doesn't take much to get it ready for forming. Warm it up a little bit. And I guess they look on the inside. I guess they're nice enough to put you the arrow. I guess that's indicates the front of the kayak. Good on Nick over there. So just heat it up enough to form. Not heat it up a little bit more. here a little bit. We are getting there. Not quite there yet, but we are getting there. A little bit more work here. Yeah, fitting much better. See how much better that fits? Just want to do a little tweaking on it. Like at that end right there. Back side feels good. Front side, I'm just not real happy with that right there. All right, that's pretty good. So, let it sit there for a little bit, harden up, and while we get the rest of the stuff prepared. All right, so what I'm going to do is the inside's pretty slick, so we get some good adhesion. I'm just going to, just grab one of the sandpapers that you're using. Doesn't have to be anything special. Just make yourself a few marks there, something for the adhesive to latch onto. Take your alcohol towel, wherever it's at, and wipe the inside of that clean. And you are ready to go. Clean this one more time. All righty. One more fit. Yeah, looks good. Right there. All right. So, onto the glue. We're going to go ahead and put on some latex gloves or nitrile gloves, latex free. So, the goop comes, like I said, in a package. What it tells you to do is to, according to the instructions, is to apply to each surface. So apply some to the inside, apply some to right here, and then it says to let it sit for about 2 minutes, and then go ahead and place them together and get the bond going. Then in addition to that, I have some blue painter's tape. We're going to tape it down so it'll be held in place while we're let this thing set up. So let's get this thing rolling. And Goop was thoughtful enough to, in the end, there's a little spike. So all you have to do, turn the cap around, press it in there, and voila, you have an open tube. All right, so we got the inside roughed up, cleaned up, got the hull roughed up, cleaned up, And we are going to, what I'm going to do now is, like I said, I marked the front end. So I'm going to be putting adhesive on both sides. I'm just going to put a couple of marks here on the sides so I don't put adhesive like too far down the side when I'm putting adhesive onto the kayak itself. So not a big deal, just a few marks here or there. Just keep things lined up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few strips inside. Doesn't take much. And then I'll put some here as well. And then we're just gonna spread it out a little bit. See what it looks like. And it feels like it's already starting to harden up a little bit. So don't want to spend too much time messing with it. I'm not going to actually time it. It's going to be close enough. Close enough. So set up just a little bit. And I'm going to take that glove off. And I'm going to call it close enough. And I am going to press it on. Some might squeeze out, that's okay. Not a big deal, you can wipe it up if you need to. Just get it on there. And like I said, we're gonna tape this down, hold it in place. Don't have to go overboard, but let your conscience be your guide on that. And then just kind of like hold it for down tight for a minute or two. Just start setting up. You already feel it. It's locking in place. It ain't moving. Hey, Zoe. What's wrong? Huh? You want to help? All right. Nope. What's wrong? What's the UV want? UV wants out now too? All right. All right, so we have it installed. We've got it taped down. Now it calls for it to be, to cure, set up 24 to 48 hours. I'm not planning on fishing for probably at least 2 days now, maybe longer. We got another front coming through, weather coming through, so it may actually be 4 or 5 days before I get back out again. What you can do from here, you don't have to. I didn't, but if you're wanting to, you can take some marine silicone and just go around the edges. and then put that in there, and it'll kind of seal that up, make it not as sharp, and I don't think it makes it look any better. It just makes people feel better that they've made it, you know, watertight, which is not going to affect this here with this bonding. So I might do it, might not. What it will do is it'll keep sand and weeds and sticks from getting stuck in there. I've had that happen a couple times where I've actually had to go pick them out or whatever when I was washing the kayak after a trip. But that's about it. So that's all right. So this completes the removal, cleanup, prep, and installation of the new keel guard. As you can see, it wasn't a hard project to do. This is only the second time I've installed this particular keel guard, or a keel guard at all. First time removing one. I hadn't seen any videos out there, and I searched for a video on how to actually remove the old keel guard. I wasn't sure. You just pry it up. What do you do to get one off? And I was afraid of the different methods I would have to use to get to it. But you know, the thing that came to mind was put a heat gun on it, soften up the old keel guard along with the glue, get a putty knife up underneath there, you know, gently start prying on it and heating it as you go until it comes up, and it came up rather quickly, so, and easily, without any damage or fuss or muss. So easy project to do. Installation, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of videos on installation. You can see how easy it was. I just showed you again. Just clean up, prep, form if you have a heat gun or a way to form the keel guard onto your kayak, and then glue it down, tape it down, and wait 24 to 48 hours. Not a difficult task to do. The tools I used was just some latex gloves, or you know, nitro gloves actually, some regular work gloves for working with the heat on the when I was forming and removing the stuff, keep your hands from getting burnt or hot. And then a couple other things, a putty knife, heat gun, that kind of thing. I'll put a list of the tools I use down in the description. So it's not a very long list. I pretty much listed everything. Some alcohol and a clean towel to wipe everything down with. So if you liked the video, please go ahead and press the like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. That way you'll get updates or notifications when future videos come out. Besides my regular fishing videos, I have plans right now to do 2, possibly 3 more upgrades to the kayak. The first video will be installing a yak power system, and on that video I'm going to break it up so it's not real long videos, that kind of thing. So the first one will just be putting in the power panel, the boxes, and I'll be installing 2 power ports for their USB-C, USB compatible. I'll be putting one in the cockpit so I can run power, constant power to the front camera, as well as charging up anything that I need, like my phone, that kind of thing. Then I'll be putting one towards the back. I'm thinking I'm probably actually going to put that up underneath the seat where it won't, the cables won't get knocked around and broken off, that kind of thing, with stuff moving around on its own. So that will power my back camera, so I don't have to worry about changing out batteries. The next video will be the unboxing and installation of my Garmin 53 CV fish finder and GPS. And as well as the the transducer install, the whole package. And then a third one, I haven't decided if I'm going to do this one or not. I don't do a whole lot of fishing in the dark or launching or recovering in the dark, but I have done it. I may install some navigation lights front and a white light in the back. I haven't decided on the white light in the back what type, as well as some cockpit lights, and I'll probably be getting those from Yak Power as well. They're little pin lights. So I will obviously it'll be next several weeks before I start posting those out. Probably get one out the first one out in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then probably a week or so after that get the Garmin install posted as well. So if you're interested in those upgrades and how I do it, there's a lot of people out there that have got videos on those as well. But if you want to see how I did mine, like I said, just subscribe and hit notifications. That way when those videos post, you'll get notified of it and you can watch and let me know what you think of the installs when I do the videos. And you know, because I've installed a lot of systems on regular boats and things like that. That's a big different story than the kayaks. Got plenty of room on those things to run things. Not a real big deal. But on kayaks, you gotta be a little more meticulous and trying to save space and you know, everything's about cable management. So we'll see how that works out in this kayak once we start getting around to that. But once again, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you out on the water hopefully. Have a great day, and Rick out. What do you think? We do a good video? All right. She thinks so.